So hello everyone, I welcome you all to my channel. So for today I'm going to be making a simple video on how to cut a pencil skirt, making use of patterns. Okay, so don't forget to watch my previous video on how we drafted these patterns, and we have readily available patterns at our store. I'm going to put down the details down below, and we also have pattern papers about 60 inches long, so you can also place your orders for this pattern paper, and they're available in white and brown. So the next thing we have to do now is, this is the pattern we drafted in the previous class or the previous video. So I'm going to place this center line. That is the essence of you indicating on your pattern paper. And don't forget that this method of pencil skirts is when we are closing up the dots. So we are going to place this center line at this middle fold, because this becomes our center line. Okay, so if you are not very good at placing it, you can pin it up or use an object to hold it properly, but it's advisable you pin up these edges very well before cutting it out. You don't want your pattern paper to shake off along the line. Okay, so this is what we have now. So I'm going to cut this out and show you guys what the front panel will look like. So the reason why I kept this is because I want to cut away this salvage away. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. So this is the front panel now. You can see it after placing your pattern on it to cut it out. This is what you're going to have, and you will discover that, look at the shape, look at it, it's very perfect. You can see this down part very tiny because it's going to give you that pencil shape. So I'm going to set this aside now. So this is the back panel. So for the back panel, we are going to have two pieces because of the zip allowance. You know, you're going to open it up to have your zip allowance. So I'm going to place this pattern paper also at the fabric carefully. Now the reason why I'm placing it at this open side is because this is where we have our zip allowance, and it's going to be opened into two. So when you are placing it, make sure you place it carefully and you pin it up. So let me pin it up and cut it and show you guys what it will look like. So this is it. This is our back panel. We placed it on this, so you can see we have the two folds already. So this is where we are going to fix in our zip, because this is our center line. So you can just notch it, so you won't forget where to fix in your zip. And so this is what we have for the back panel. Let me just face it this way. You have two pieces for the back panel, and you have this single piece for your front panel. So if you find this video very informative, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. So guys, this is the front panel. Now when we are cutting the pattern, we added 3 inches to the pattern, if you guys can remember. So I advise you to watch the previous video on how to draft the pattern. Now the 3 inches we added to the skirt length is being removed when cutting the lining. So the essence of leaving these 3 inches or 2 inches is for you to turn it up like this. So when you turn it up, your work becomes very, very neat. But if your lining is equal to your skirt length, with time it tends to slack. Okay, so it's advisable for you to turn it up like this with about 2 or 3 inches. So when I'm done turning it up, so after that, the next thing you have to do is to open it up, place your lining like this, okay? So you turn it up, place your lining like this. So you stitch it from the up to the side and down, leaving about 1 inch at the side, or let's say 2 inches at the side. This will enable you to turn it up. So after stitching that, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So after part like this, what you have to do, of course, the lining won't be equal. It won't get to this upper part. So all you have to do is to push the lining like this. So it will give you this 3 inches at this point. Okay, let me explain it again. When you sew the edge, the lining will get to this tip, right? So all you have to do is to pull your lining like this. You pull it in and then you stitch it. So after stitching that, I will show you guys. Just pull it in so that your lining can also get to the tip. So after doing that, I will show you guys what it looks like. So this is what we are going to have. You can see it. By the time you pull up the lining, this is going to turn up like this. And by this edge, I left about 2 inches at this edge. So I'm just going to use this edge to bring it out. After bringing it out, then you iron it properly, okay? So I'll do that and show you guys what it looks like. So after turning it off, this is what we are going to have. So look at the lower part. You can see it's turned in already because of those 3 inches we left when we're cutting the pattern. So it's turned in already. Let me show you guys. So likewise for the back. So the next thing we have to do now is, don't forget that in our pattern we close up the dart. Okay, in our pattern we close up the dart. So since you close up the dart in your pattern paper, so you don't need to put any dart anymore on the skirt. And the advantage of this is that it makes your work look so professional, like makes the work look so neat without any joining of that. Okay, so if you haven't watched my previous video on how we made the pattern, please kindly do that. I'm going to put it down below at the description bar. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. So the next thing we have to do now is to take the 2 back panel. Okay, so you're going to take the 2 back panel. So you're going to determine if you actually want a slit on your skirt. So if you want a slit, you are going to mark about 5 inches or 7 inches, within the range of 5 to 7 inches, depending on how high you want your slit to be. So I'm going to mark 5 inches. So after marking your 5 inches at this lower part, I'm going to stitch it all the way up, and I'm going to leave about 7 inches for my zipper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix my zipper. After fixing my zipper, I'll leave 7 inches for the zip, sew the rest, and leave 5 inches for my slit. So when I'm done doing that, I will show you guys what it looks like. So this is what you are going to have. You can see it. I've closed it, and then I left 5 inches for the slit. So the next thing I have to do now is to fix in my zip. Note that I did not put that allowance because we've closed it at the pattern paper already. So I'm going to fix in my zip and show you guys what next to do. So after closing it, this is what you have. Look at it. So you have your slit already, and then our zip and this. So the next thing we have, you can see, is already getting we already having the pencil skirt already. So this is the back panel, and this is our front panel. Okay, so this is the back, this is the front. So the next thing I have to do now is to place this on my cutting table and mark my accurate measurement. Okay, so I'm going to go to the cutting table, chalk my accurate measurements while I show you guys what next to do.